So today I am going to be showing you guys how to remove and do your own brakes on a 2005 Honda Element. Now the front is very similar to the back because these are not the twist style brake calipers. They are the nut, so they're a lot easier. So basically you got your two 12s, one up here, one up here. After you take off your wheel, of course, that's the first step. Take off your wheel, jack up your car, make sure your car, I'm on a little lift. Make sure your car's sturdy. If you're working with a jack, use jack stands. Safety first. Now you got your two 12s, you twist them out. Sometimes this part will spin and you will need a 17 wrench to hold it in place while you spin this out, but that's it. So a 17 and a 12 are your first two tools. You take off both bolts, and then your caliper comes off. Wiggle it out of place, let it rest on the member, and there are your brake pads. This one is alright, good condition, right? My problem was the other one. This one right here, actually. Worn to the brim. You don't want that, so that's horrible life. I'll show you the new ones right now. So this is the new one. And as you can see, side by side, that's a big difference. It's basically only metal, screeching like crazy. So what you want to do is match up the ones that you took off. So these would be the inners, because the inners don't have the little ear. These ones right here would be the inners. So you would go ahead and put them back as you would in place. Then you get your rear one, which has the little ear, which is this one. And then you can either put the ear up or the ear down. Doesn't really matter as long as it fits, but the one that I had it up. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put it back the way that I took it off, which is having it up. As long as it doesn't interfere with the caliper or anything, and then you should be fine. So what you want to do next is actually decompress this with a compression tool. You can rent them at AutoZone or you can buy one yourself. They come in pretty handy, and especially if you get to go doing brake jobs, it'll help out a lot. So you use an old brake pad for that, and I'll go get that tool right now. So I'm gonna try to rest you guys up so that you guys can probably see this. But basically, put your brake pad in there where the piston is. Doesn't matter really which way you do it because this is the old brake pad. But basically what you want to do is you want to get this thing in there. And you want to get it to compress. So you kind of want to wiggle it in there like so. So you want this to rest up in there. Then you want to shove your tool. Alright, so it's hard to do with one hand, but basically you get it in here, and then you start pushing on this until it's pretty much flat. Once you hit, you can decompress it by pushing this back here, and pushing in, and then pulling right back out. Yeah, see, with one hand it's kind of difficult. So basically you want your piston to sit flat like that, and it's basically only so that you can have it decompressed enough so that it fits over your new brakes. So then you want to kind of adjust your caliper and put it in place like you would. Alright, so that seems to be alright. Then you get your two screws wherever you left them. You get your two screws and you start putting them back in by hand. You don't want to use an impact gun or anything crazy like that. This is all by hand. And as you can see, it's spinning. We don't want that to spin. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold it in place, and it's going to hold it for you. This is when you would get your ratchet and start ratcheting away. But before you do that, you want to go down to the bottom one and get that one started as well before you start tightening the other one all the way on, because then you wouldn't be able to tighten both. So you get them both on there by hand, and then you get your ratchet. Your drive, then you get your 12, Holy crap, this is hard to record. Okay. Wait, it's on the other way. I'm smart. Okay. Ratcheting away. And I don't like tightening it all the way until I get the other one started as well. That's just me, you don't have to do that. But I think it's better to get them both going. And then obviously the other one's already there, so you can tighten this one all the way. This one will be your first one to be tightened all the way. Make sure you get it nice and tight. So, get 2 nudges in there. You want these to be tight. You never want to go loose on these. If you go loose, you're going to have some braking problems, and braking is probably the most important thing while driving. Going is good, but braking is the most important thing. Now it's just going to hold on by itself. So if you're one-handed like me, it's just going to rest up against that. Pull! Give it a good pull. Double check everything. That's the key to brakes. Double checking everything, making sure everything's tight. That is the key to brakes, and it's that simple. 2 bolts, take it out, put your brake pads in, use the old one to compress or decompress the brake pads, and even if it's like worn like this, you do want to replace, because that will make noise in and of itself, and it's annoying. So yeah, look at that. Now you got some new pace. The way to check your brakes and your brake life is that even if your wheel is on there, you can see it kind of from like right here at this angle. The inside ones, you're gonna have to get underneath the car or something, but normally they wear evenly. When they don't wear evenly, you probably need new rotors. So before it starts pouring down rain on me, I'm not gonna sweat this enough. All right, double, triple check that everything is tight. Everything that you took off, make sure it's sturdy, make sure it's tight. You know, it's gonna start raining here soon. So check this one once, twice, then go to the other side, check that side, then come back to this side, check this side again, check this side again. I will assure you that more than once you will find that it's a little loose or it could be tighter. And yeah. Then you want to get your wheel. Put it all back together, and then after you're done, even with the impact, torque down your wheels to your torque spec of your vehicle, your nuts, your lug nuts, torque them down, and then that's it. Never mind, that's not the last step. Don't forget what I said about that. So after you decompress your brakes, you'll feel that your brake pedal is very soft. Just press it a couple times, and as soon as you feel it getting firm again, you're good to go. Now, if you feel it go more loose, you might have a brake fluid leak, and that is not good. But if you set your caliper, by the way, that's with your car off, not with your car on. With your car on, it'll go all the way in regardless. So if you rest up the caliper, you will not get a leak with that. I'm gonna pull the e-brake too because they were the rears. So I'm just gonna pull that a little bit. Alright. So then that's the last step, is pushing in your brake pads, making sure they work before you hit the road, making sure you did everything right. Car goes, car stops, and that there is no noise. That noise was the box falling down, but no screeching noise. If you got no screeching noise, you successfully changed your brakes. Congratulations. Watch more videos. Thank you.